Good evening and welcome to the Planning and Zoning Commission meeting of September 13th, 2017. The Planning and Zoning Commission is a citizen advisory group to the City Council charged with making recommendations concerning land use plans, planning processes, and/or on matters of plan implementation. Our regular meetings of the Planning and Zoning are quasi-judicial in nature and are recorded for record retention and minute transcription. Prior to this meeting at 6 o'clock, there was an agenda clarification meeting held. First item on our agenda is the roll call and disclosure of conflict of interest, ex parte communication, and site visit. Aislinn, could we have you call the roll, and if each member would state their name and the area they represent and any items that they need to disclose.
Jack Brennan.
My name is Jack Brennan. I live in the Johnny Creek area. I did make a site visit to agenda item number 3, and I have nothing else to report.
Sean Hargraves.
My name is Sean Hargraves. I live in the University neighborhood. I did a site visit for agenda item 3. I have nothing else to report.
Sarah O'Connor.
My name is Sarah O'Connor. I live in the college neighborhood and I have nothing to report.
Jack Moore.
My name is Jack Moore and I live in the Old Town District and I have nothing to report.
Julia Sanders.
My name is Julia Sanders. I live in the South Park area. I did a site visit on agenda item number 3 and I have nothing else to report.
Ryan Satterfield.
I'm Ryan Satterfield from the Highland area, and I have nothing else to report.
And Bill Hancock is excused this evening.
Very good, thank you. Okay, agenda item number 2 is approval of minutes. Commission members, have you had a chance to review the minutes, and are there any comments on the minutes? And if not, I would propose a motion then be made. Any comments?
I move we accept the minutes from the last meeting.
Very good.
I'll second that.
Excellent. So it's been moved in second. Aislinn, would you call the vote?
Brennan.
Yes?
O'Connor.
Yes.
Hargraves.
Yes.
Moore.
Yes.
Sanders.
Yes.
Satterfield.
Yes. Okay, agenda item number 3, preliminary plat, Mountain West subdivision. Cal Kunkel and Shane Reamer of Cornerstone Geomatics, LLC, have submitted a request to subdivide approximately 9.889 acres into 93 residential lots located at 4259 Hawthorne Road. The land is located within a residential commercial professional zoning district. So with that, if we could start off with the applicant presentation.
I'm Shane Reamer representing Cal Kunkel. My address is 1592 North, 775 East in Shelley, Idaho. And I'm really excited to present this project to you guys today. So, as was mentioned in the brief summary, it's 93 residential lots. 3 of those 93 lots will be non-buildable. Let me get to my plat. On the plat and the package, lot 1, block 3 is non-buildable. It's not denoted as that, but it will be for the final plat. Lot 38 is going to be a retention area. This is what we're planning for. And lot 1, which is where the Redmond Lateral Canal comes through there, that's going to be just a landscaped area, kind of a common space in that area. So that's kind of what our general plan is. And just to maybe clarify a little bit, we are, after some review with the engineering department, we feel it might be necessary to extend Sunnybrook Drive to the north boundary line, and that would require us to revamp lots 27 through 31. in order to make that happen. So it would be 2 T-intersection roads right there that would tie into Sunnybrook, which we would probably have to rename the Sunnybrook Drive that you see now on the north that runs east and west there. But other than that, this is kind of how our plan would be. I don't know if you're interested in what we're planning to put in there. Probably are.
Sure, yes.
What we're planning to do in there would be townhomes, single-family attached townhomes is what we're planning for this property. So, and I'm involved with 2 others in Idaho Falls that are similar, same builder, similar floor plan, and they're very, I would say, higher end of the building type. So that said, is there anything else I need to bring up and address, or open it up for questions?
Any questions that you have, Jack?
Are you talking about 1 story or 2 stories?
Single story.
Single.
Sorry, I forgot to mention that.
Okay.
Yep, single story.
Other questions?
I had a question about the common lot, Lot 1. Or is that going to be like a park or something?
We haven't really narrowed it down to a park yet. There's some other things that we were looking at with the canal company, like possibly putting a bridge over to the other side of that, so we're not really calling it that yet. But it is just, right now, is just going to be a common area. It won't have any building on it, but it will be landscaped. So.
Have you discussed possibly covering that canal in that area?
I don't recall any conversations with the engineer on that. Connect Engineering's doing the engineering. But that is something that I can definitely address and get back to you on. Is that a possibility?
Just thinking about that, I'm not sure what your clientele is going to be, but maybe covering that canal might be a consideration if you're going to have single families and small children.
Yeah, I understand from a safety standpoint, yes.
My question for you is, if Sunnybrook Drive then continues through, does that change any of your density, or do you just kind of reshift those lines and keep the density as it is?
It will, Lot 27 will be no longer, so we'll be reduced down to about 90 lots that way. 89, I believe, is what we'd be reduced down to. I believe we would still have plenty of area in lots 28 through 31, because those are rather large. And frankly, I think revamping those will make it more appealing as well.
Sure.
Because we don't have that corner going there and everything, so
Right.
I think it'll be a better fit.
Very good. Any other questions? Jack? Sorry.
What about an easement and access to the park behind? Any consideration for that?
The park behind, to the west of,
Okay, Ward.
no, I haven't had, I guess it's something maybe we should consider. But no, we haven't, I haven't looked at that, but
I think that would be maybe something to consider rather than have those people go through somebody's
go
yard.
walk through us, walk through the subdivision to get there. Yeah, okay.
Jack, did you have a question?
Yeah, there's item number 20, the sidewalk thing is, you have it 6 3/4 feet and they're requiring the engineering, or the city's saying 7 feet. Is
On
that
item.
going to be a problem?
On item 20?
Number 20,
20,
yeah,
I think it's 22.
22?
Yeah, it's 22.
the landscape strip,
Yes.
proposed curb, so it should be 7 feet. Sidewalk 1.5 foot. No, I don't believe that'll be a problem at all to achieve that. No.
And you've read through all of the other
I've read through,
conditions here.
the big majority of them, and they will be addressed.
You're comfortable with
Yes,
those then?
yes, we are.
All right.
Yep.
Well, very good. Thank you.
Thank you.
And now if we could have Matt from city staff come.
Good evening, Mr. Chair, Commission members, Matthew Lewis, Planning Manager with the city. Just real briefly, as you're aware, there was recently a rezoning request that was before the commission, and the commission, I believe, recommend unanimously to approve that. It eventually went on to the council, and the council approved the rezoning from RMS to RCP, which allows the use that's before you. As noted, the proposal was for 93 lots. Originally, there was 2 common lots, but apparently there's 3, which is not a problem. So that just reduces the number of units to 90, 89 or 90. I think it is a good idea that there probably be a 5-foot wide access easement across, I think it's lot 37 that goes to the park. That's probably something that you want to add into your recommendations. As far as burying the canal, that's something that they would need to work with, probably with Fort Hall Irrigation on, and get that handled on that. If that's always a good opportunity. Whenever we've had developments on Quinn, for instance, Quinn Meadows, that was done where the street was widened out and the canal was buried there. Other than that, it's pretty typical in terms of street sections and so forth. Staff recommends approval with the conditions that are primarily outlined in Exhibit 1. And if you have any other questions, I'd be happy to answer those for you. If you have more detailed questions with regards to street width and so forth, Merrill can address those for you.
Very good. Thank you, Matt. Any questions for Matt?
Just one question, Matt. In developments of this heavy density, is off-street parking or on-street parking ever a problem? Somebody has a birthday party or Thanksgiving, Christmas?
Not too much. We don't have, trying to think of one that we could point towards where you might have this much density. I mean, it is going to be a public road, so as long as it's public, you can park on a public road. I think that the design and it's some of that detail is provided within your package, so you get an idea in terms of where the driveways are, where the on-street parking might be, and so forth. And it's, with the townhome development, so what you end up with the townhome development is, somebody's actually coming in, they're buying an actual lot and so forth, and I don't know if that reduces the amount of parking that's, people are going to be there compared to, like, say, apartments or so forth. But my feeling is this could be denser, and I think that this density and any type of on-street parking should be handled pretty adequately.
Okay.
Any other questions? Okay, thank you, Matt.
Thank you.
Very good. Discussion? Thoughts on the project?
I have one more question. Just on item 25, they asked for you to clarify the intended use of Lot 1, Block 3, so this tiny little corner lot off of Hawthorne.
Could you step up to the mic again, Shane? Sorry.
Lot 1, Block 3 I believe we are going to list it as just a restricted lot. I don't believe there will be any building on it whatsoever.
Any specific reason why? Are you landscaping it or?
I just think because of how narrow it is, it's 34 feet there. Yeah, I don't believe we'll be using that at all.
Okay.
And also, just to clarify, if I may, on the, your concern about the additional parking and the density, I don't know if you noticed in the packet, but each unit itself has a garage, so there'll be off-street parking for that, obviously. And then there is concrete drives up to those that would probably allow one more vehicle there. So that would help ease the street parking.
Yeah, the reason I asked is I was walking through a development today that has some side yards. It's very dense, but it has some side yards, and I was just looking at the lack of parking because people now have a trailer parked in the driveway.
Yeah.
And there's like 10-foot maybe yards. And I just got thinking about, this is way more dense than this subdivision I was in. So I was just concerned about it. I mean,
Okay.
people get upset when people are parked in front of their houses and stuff, and I just wondered if that was a consideration, but
Okay.
I don't live there.
Any other questions?
Let me ask, I guess, a little further on that Lot 1. So if that Lot 1 isn't necessarily used for anything, it just stays in, does it go to an association?
Yeah, there will be an HOA on it.
Okay, and so the HOA then would be, like, for example, if there were noxious weeds or things on that, who ends up taking care of that? And you're saying it would
it'll
be
in
the HOA?
yeah.
Perfect. All right, thank you.
Thank you.
Okay, any items of discussion that we would have? If no discussion items, I would entertain a motion.
I move that we accept the preliminary plat for the Mountain West subdivision, including the recommendations listed in Exhibit 1, and adding item number 27 for an access easement to OK Ward Park.
And do you want to define, I think they said like a 5 foot.
5-foot easement to OK Ward Park.
Very good.
Access easement.
Okay, we have a motion on the table.
I will second.
Very good. So it's been moved and seconded. Aislinn, would you call the vote?
Brennan?
Yes?
Sanders?
Yes.
Hargraves?
Yes.
Moore?
Yes.
O'Connor?
Yes.
Satterfield?
Yes. All right, motion carries. With that will conclude our meeting. Thank you.